Hey everyone, it's Sabrina. I'm going to be doing another project with Traci Reed's latest kit, My Story Matters, and it's going to be another 2 projects, 1 kit. The first one I'm working on is a Thursday 3 selfie, a very recent Thursday 3 selfie, where I did a collage of photos, and so I just printed that out as a 4x4. And then I used a traveler's notebook signature on the right side, and then I'm going to just layer on some papers that kind of coordinate and then add in some of the flowers that I die cutted. And I'm going to be honest, I have not started this year's Thursday 3 album. This is probably the first page, I think, and I don't know if I'm going to stick this in a traveler's notebook or the Thursday 3 notebook specifically. I don't know. I haven't decided, but I knew that I wanted to document this Thursday 3, so that is what I'm doing. I added some word strips up at the top and the bottom of the photo, and then since this is a Thursday 3, then I wanted to include the prompts for the journaling. So what I decided to do is get a Citrus Twist Instack page protector. At least I think that's what it is. If it is, I'll link it in the description. And I am going to go ahead and use one of the slots for that tag, and that's what the stripe is. And then 2 of the pockets I'm just going to cover with vellum. And then I used my Cameo to cut out currently and Thursday, or THURS 3. And then I'm just going to put that on top of the page protector. And I was okay with cutting currently in half and then also the Thursday in half. That was okay. Because overall, you can totally read that it says currently and Thursday 3. Adjusting it a little bit, and then I'm going to work on adding some flowers and then a word strip to the bottom of the Thursday 3. And then I'm going to start working on this tag. I flipped it over and I'm going to add some white paper to it, punch a hole, and then I'm going to add a second paper. So that way I have 2 tags essentially, and then I can add on my prompts. I'm going to hole punch it, and then I have some Cocoa Daisy string that I'm going to add in a little bit. But first I have to stamp the prompts. For this one, I reached for an Everyday Explorers stamp set, and I use the different prompts on there. So like making, eating, watching, thankful for, excited for, all those different prompts, and then I will fill them in off camera. And so I'm just going to finish doing that, and then I will get out the string and tie it up. And of course, probably because of my arthritis, I cannot tie this. I just took a long time to tie this, but that's okay. I'm going to get it tied, and then I just do kind of like a knot, and then I'll just cut off the extra that I need, and then I'll tuck it in the pocket. And then I decide that I'm going to add a few more of the die cut flowers just to coordinate a little bit. And so I pull the tag back out, and I'm going to add one of these kind of outline flowers and then a blue one on top, and then it'll be done, and I can move on to the next project. The next project is a bike ride I recently took, and I felt so good and so proud of myself. And I also had some fancy makeup on. My mom got me some makeup, and it's like brighter colors than I normally wear, and some of them, it reminds me of a phoenix with the red and the orange. So that's why you see that picture of me kind of looking down, because I'm showing my makeup, and I feel tough. And I feel awesome. So I just decided to document that. And that kind of goes along with the whole theme of My Story Matters and how it's important to document yourself. Even if you feel silly sometimes, it's good to document your story. So for this one, I stuck with, like I said, the reds, the oranges, or the reds and the yellows and the pinks. And then I'm just layering 3 of those papers behind my main 4x6 photo. And then I'm going to put 2 little pieces up at the top left for the other photo I have of myself. That's another awesome photo that I got. I was dying, and I was coming back from my bike ride, and I thought, I'm just going to try to get a picture of myself, and I look like utter joy. So, but yeah, it worked out great. So I'm going to put that photo down, and then I took another 3x4 card, and I'm going to cut it down the middle, and then just add the second piece over to the right. And I'm totally okay with splitting a journaling card. It was either that or a photo, and I'd rather split a journaling card. And so then I have a picture of the lake where I was writing, and then also the cliffs, because there is a section of cliffs, and you are not supposed to stop because it's a cliff. So just keep writing. So for that pink piece of paper, I cut it in half. That way I could give the illusion of it being longer. And then I'm just going to work on adding my pieces where I want them for the different clusters that I have. And I'm also going to do a speech bubble and then a tag on the 3x4 card that I split. And I am going to crumple up all the hearts and all the flowers and then adhere them down. And since there was a larger gap over on the left of my main photo between the pink paper and the yellow paper, I am going to cover up that with a large cluster, and then you won't even be able to tell. Also added a die cut above the photo that says "A Real Smile." I love that. I'm adding a really small bit that says "this," so that way it says "this story." I probably should have die cut out some alphas that said "this" to make it a little bigger, but I didn't, so that's okay. I have this larger piece that says "story." I'm going to put that above my photo and then cluster a few things above it, like the camera and then a heart, and I am going to move that flower and kind of tuck it into the heart a little bit. So that way I have a great cluster right above story. For the speech bubble, I'm just going to talk about how it wound up where I didn't have any kids on Monday just because of a change in our learning pod with a mom hosting. And so I was really thankful to just have a different way to start my week by myself out on the trail, and I was just really thankful. And I am going to cut this tag in half. Totally not something I normally do, but it's okay. You can still read it. It's just something different. You know, you don't usually cut your journaling in half. But I'm going to cut it and then adhere it down, and then I can work on finishing up the spread with some enamel dots. I store all my enamel dots in one big acrylic drawer that's like right in front of me. So it works great to hold all my enamel dots, and I'm just kind of sprinkling them throughout. I had enough that I could do some pinks and some reds and some yellows, and then I will be done with both of these projects. And I hope you guys enjoyed seeing these two projects come to life. I would love a thumbs up or a subscribe if you want to keep seeing my videos. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Bye!